They tried to destroy you. They aimed every arrow, every whisper, every shadow against you. But somehow, you rose higher. Not because you were lucky, not because you were protected in the physical, but because the spiritual realm knows your name. Demons never came to block you, they came to reveal you. And even they couldn't help but submit to the light burning through your being. You don't fight like the world does. You move in silence. You move with precision. And when the world sees obstacles, you see assignments. The opposition was never just coincidence, it was alignment. Heaven gave permission because hell had to witness it. The demons that were sent to take you out are now the very forces rerouted to work for your elevation. You walk with a spiritual gravity that pulls both light and darkness. And this is what people don't understand about the chosen ones. The war isn't to destroy you. The war is to activate you. And demons don't waste their energy on the average. They're assigned to greatness, whether they want to be or not. They are spiritual mirrors, exposing what still needs to be refined within you, and submitting when they recognize what's already been conquered. You've noticed it. Every betrayal pushed you closer to your calling. Every heartbreak refined your discernment. Every delay taught you patience, and every attack taught you strategy. None of it was accidental. That darkness bowed to something in you, a divine fire no force in hell could extinguish. That's why the demons shifted. That's why they're working with divine timing now, not against it. Because God uses everything, even demons, to move His chosen toward destiny. There's a reason why you felt strange in every room. It's not because you were off. It's because you were vibrating on a frequency too high for many to interpret. And the enemy knew it before you did. That's why your life has been war from the start. But even then, you noticed something unusual. No matter how dark it got, something always pulled you out. Some unseen energy redirected the outcome, and it wasn't luck. It was spiritual orchestration. The enemy touched you, but he couldn't take you, because the assignment over your life is greater than the war around it. The truth is, even demons recognize rank. And when you step into your true authority as a chosen one, you don't ask for permission to walk in peace. You command it. That's why the enemy fears you when you're silent. Your silence speaks on a spiritual frequency. It's not just your words they fear. It's your vibration. It's your ability to stand still and let God fight. Demons aren't confused about your purpose. You might have doubted it, but they never did. And their attacks were not always to destroy you. They were to wake you up when you were crying in secret, when you were asking why the pain wouldn't stop, when you were questioning if you'd ever make it out. The spiritual realm was watching you grow teeth. You didn't even know your armor was being forged in that fire. But every time you got back up, something shifted in the spirit. And now, the very demons that tormented your past are being used to clear your path. They're being redirected, reassigned, and repurposed. Not by force, by divine law. Because everything that was meant for harm is being flipped in your favor. That's why the warfare increased when you got closer to truth. That's why the attacks became personal. Because your awakening posed a threat to every lie hell ever told about you. But instead of losing your mind, you found your voice. Instead of breaking down, you broke through. And that breakthrough, it didn't just free you, it realigned the entire battlefield. Now, demons are being confused. Why? Because you stopped reacting and you started rising. You stopped complaining and you started commanding. You remembered who you are, and they remembered who they couldn't touch. See, the true chosen don't chase revenge. They walk in restoration. They don't beg for understanding. They become the evidence. You are the evidence that even hell must obey heaven's timing. You are the evidence that light wins every single time. Even when surrounded, you're protected. Even when pushed, you're promoted. Because God doesn't need perfect conditions to bless His chosen. He'll bless you in the middle of the fire, so the fire knows it lost, and the fire knows you. Now, some people saw your fall, but they're about to witness your rise. The same ones who laughed at your silence will tremble at your emergence. Because when a chosen one wakes up, the entire dimension shifts. You don't walk back into rooms the same. Your presence disrupts old atmospheres, and suddenly, those demons that were once bold start backing off, not because you shouted louder, but because your energy shifted higher. They can't breathe in the elevation you now walk in. They can't track a soul that's moved into divine stealth, and now, you're starting to notice you're not just surviving anymore. You're being strategically placed. Doors that once slammed shut are opening without effort. Conversations that once drained you are now beneath your frequency. Battles that once broke you now bore you. Why? Because you've transcended that level. And that transcendence was forced by warfare. That's how God weaponized the demon's plans, to build a spiritual warrior so refined, so anchored, so wise, that even hell can't make sense of your peace. The attacks became tools. The setbacks became setups. The delays became detours that led you closer to your divine territory. You weren't just walking through fire. You were being welded into the version of yourself that was always written in heaven's book. The one who commands presence. The one who walks untouched. The one who makes even demons tremble not by aggression, but by vibration. You've become a spiritual frequency. Not everyone can see it, but every force in the unseen realm recognizes it instantly. You don't need to prove anything. Your growth is your evidence. Your peace is your resistance. Your alignment is your warfare. You are walking prophecy. You are divine retaliation for every lie hell ever sent against your bloodline. And now, your steps are ordered in a way that makes darkness uncomfortable. Because where you go, light follows. And where light enters, shadows must retreat. That's why you feel watched. That's why people react without cause. You carry spiritual authority that shifts rooms before you. Speak. So now, instead of resisting the darkness, you walk through it knowing it was programmed to serve your story. You understand now, even demons must bow to destiny. Even pain must pass through divine hands before it touches a chosen one. So you move differently. You don't fear warfare anymore. You interpret it. You study the terrain. You recognize the patterns. And you respond with wisdom, not emotion. That's the mark of a true spiritual warrior. One who knows the enemy can attack, but never win. And that's what you are. Not just someone who survived the dark, but someone who was shaped by it. You were refined in fire, not consumed. Anointed in silence, not ceremony. Chosen not by man, but by divine order. And now, the very demons that were sent to destroy you are whispering warnings to others. Do not touch this one. Their light is protected. Their mission is guarded. Their destiny is sealed. So, if you've ever wondered why life felt like a spiritual battleground, it's because you're not here to blend in. You're here to disrupt. You're not here to just exist. You're here to reign spiritually, boldly, silently, and every demon that ever tried to stop you. They didn't know they were just part of the prophecy, because you, chosen one, don't just survive demons, you make them serve your mission.